Hello everyone, Wes here, back with another video. So today's video is a bit interesting, at least on my end, and I hope it will also be interesting on your end. I want to share something that I've never shared on this channel. So in the month of January 2026, I did something that is different than what I always do. So I would say I have a routine in how I do things, but I kind of like changed my routine just to see if it would change the results, and it really did. So today, I want to share 4 things that I have been doing in the month of January that have increased my productivity as a person, right? Now, what I mean as a person is it has improved my productivity at work. It has also improved my productivity at the gym. It has improved my productivity just in life. I'm full of energy, as you can see in this video, full of energy. Yeah. So I'm really full of energy. Yeah. So I really want to share 4 things that have changed in my routine that have maybe brought in these results, I'd say. Yeah. But now I have a caveat here. Some of the things that I'll talk about in this video are to do with eating patterns. Now, I am not a nutritionist or anything to do with nutrition. I think it's just more of like what I've been learning, and then I've been putting it in practice and it has been working for me. So don't take what I say in this video as medical advice or anything else. It's just what I've been doing. But if you want to try it, you can give it a try. But don't say, oh, um, where's he give me this advice? No, I'm not giving any medical advice in this video. I would say this video is more like a productivity video, like what has been happening that has been making me be more productive. So you can give it a try. Maybe this will also help you be productive. So I will not waste much of your time. Let me go into the 4 things that I have been doing or that have been happening. So the first one is I have been having one meal a day. Yes, I said what I said. I have been having one meal a day. So I mean, I'd simply say I've been fasting. Okay. And one thing that I've done, which I was not doing back then when I do, let's say, fasting or having one meal a day, is I was having a meal that had carbs in it. But what I have done different now is they are I'm not eating any form of carbs in the meals that I have when I'm breaking my fast. So I'll give you a simple breakdown of my day, how it goes like. So this is what happens. So I wake up in the morning. The first thing that I do is I drink water, and the time that I'm going to work, I take a pinch of salt, or yeah, salt. I take in the salt, because one thing that I've learned is when you're fasting, sometimes you need some electrolytes like sodium, potassium, magnesium. You need such stuff, so you can have the salt, or maybe you can buy some electrolytes if you have the money. But what I've been doing is I've just been taking salt and then water. So it means during the day I'm only drinking water. I'm not only water and the salt that I had in the morning. That's it. Just a pinch of salt. Sometimes maybe in the afternoon I can also have another pinch of salt, but not that much. Most of the days it's not what I do. So I just take salt, water, and then in the evening when it's time to eat or break the fast, what I have is I have meat most of the times. So this will just be stir fry meat with eggs, and um, sometimes I add in a bit of sauerkraut. So that's fermented cabbage. If you have never heard of it before, I think I'll show you in this video. Yeah, I'll go get. I have one in the fridge. I'll go get one after I shoot this video. I'll go get it, then, but I'll still show you. Yeah, yeah, guys. So as I said, I'll show you the sauerkraut. So this is it. I don't know if you can. I'm sure you can see it. Now this video is not being sponsored by the ones who made this sauerkraut. I'm just showing you what I've been having. But yeah, it's really good. And the thing is, you can make this at home if you want. You can just um, cut the cabbage, water, and some salt, and let it ferment maybe for 2 or 3 weeks. Oh no, I think so, but you should check. I don't know. I just buy it already made. I've never I've never prepared it myself. But anyway, that's it, guys. Back to the video. I have sauerkraut as well, and on some days I break the fast with fish. Could be salmon, could be whatever type of fish that I'm having on that day. I have chicken as well on some days, but with eggs. So this is what has been happening to me. So now I'm attributing this to the productivity that has happened to me at work. So this is what has been happening. The moment that I get to work, I'll be honest to say I've been fully focused. Now, I like to think that I'm always focused when I'm at work, but this time around, it has been a whole different level of focus. Yeah. So what I'd say is, I think what has happened to me, or whether my my diet or whatever, is I've reduced or I've removed all the carbs. So okay, one thing that I didn't mention, when I started having the one meal, at first I was having fruits as well. So I was having pawpaw or papaya, bananas, and I would also have an apple. Sometimes I would have nuts. So the nuts would be hazelnuts, would be peanuts, would be macadamia nuts, would be cashews. So that was that was at the start of when I started this fasting. But then weeks later, I removed the fruits. I removed the nuts as well. It was just the meat, the chicken, the fish, the eggs, and sauerkraut. That's it. And what? And water and salt. So what I'm thinking is there were no sugar spikes because of no carbs. So it simply means I was fully focused. So I'll say one thing. In the past, when I would fast, I would break my fast with rice and meat or whatever, just a proper meal. But when I removed the carbs or the rice or the sweet potatoes or anything else to do with carbs, when I removed it, something changed. Now, I'm not trying to say you should remove all the carbs, although I'm trying to say you should remove some carbs. But that is what has happened to me. So it has increased my focus at work. I don't have what I would call, uh, the highs and lows of the day. I don't know if you get what I mean. Sometimes you feel like you have energy, and then sometime in the day you feel like you don't have energy. That has not been happening to me. It's like I have energy throughout the day, like throughout the day without a drop in energy. I don't know how it has been happening, but that's what has been happening. So maybe, I don't know, maybe you want to give it a try. But I said this is not medical advice. You may want to give it a try. So that's the first thing that I did. Now, the question would be, will I continue to have one meal for the rest of the year? No. So what I'll do now is I'll be eating 2 meals a day. So I'll be having lunch and dinner. I think since 2022, I don't have breakfast. So my first meal of the day is at 12 or at 1. So I don't have breakfast. Maybe sometimes on weekends, maybe if my wife prepares something, I do have. But for the most part, I don't have breakfast. So I'm only having 2 meals a day. So I'm only having lunch and dinner. That's what I'll be having, or that's what I'll be doing. Why am I not doing the whole one meal a day for the whole year if it has been successful? I just think it's not sustainable to some extent. That's what I think. Um, but yeah, that's it about the first thing that I've been doing. Now, what else have I been doing? So this has really been very, very productive, I'd say. So whenever I go to work nowadays, this is what I do. I leave my phone in the car, right? I don't go with my phone in the office. So I used to do that like all this while, but now I no longer do that. So you'd be asking this question to say, does it mean you're using your phone quite a lot when you're in the office? I would say no, I don't think so. But I would say I've just taken this routine now and it has been working. And I think I've kind of like increased my productivity. Now, this is what has been happening. When I used to take my phone and go with it in the office, with what I do, I post stuff online. I'd get the urge to check, like, oh, has someone commented? Has someone liked? That urge that you get, like just to see like the feedback of what you've posted. I used to get that. Now, this is what would happen. I would check, I would say occasionally. So let's say I got work at 9. I start work at 9, but maybe around 10:30, I'll see, oh, what's there? You got what I mean? It's just general to check notifications sometimes. Yeah. And then maybe around 11, I'll say, oh, what's there? And then at 12 again. But nowadays, this is what happens. The moment I go into the office, the only thing that I have left is work. Okay, so it means I'm either working or I'm not. I don't know if you got what I mean, because my phone is it's in the car. So I don't think I can even go downstairs to say I'm going to go get my phone. It doesn't make sense. So I only check my phone at lunchtime, and it's just been okay. To be honest, I don't think I've been missing much in the 4 hours. Let's say from 9 to 12, or from 1 to 5. I've not been missing much, to be honest. So I'd say that's one of the things that has also improved my productivity. Now, as I said, I wasn't spending much time on my phone, but I think if you take the 5 minutes or the 2 minutes of checking the phone, I'd say maybe two things or three things were happening. The first one was distraction, right? I'm being distracted. I mean, I'm doing work, I'm trying to answer an email, and I'm like, let me see what's on the phone. I was distracted. The second thing that was happening was it was, I'd say, disturbing my flow. Sometimes when you excuse me, when sometimes when sometimes you're doing something and you have a flow, you're in this state like everything is just flowing, yeah, and then you go check your phone and then you have to go back and start the flow. Just wasn't working for me. So I think this is something that I'll do for the rest of the year. I'll see how it goes. I don't think I would say this is not sustainable. I think it is sustainable because I mean, by the time that I get to see the notifications at lunchtime, I mean, that's okay. That's the second thing that I've been doing, not having my phone when I go to work. Now, on the other side, I've also implemented the same thing, but in the gym. Back then, when I go into the gym, I would have my phone. So after you do a set, you're like, you know what? Let me just see what's there. You find yourself resting for like 10 minutes because you've just been scrolling, and you got what I mean, or maybe you have to answer a message or something. Nowadays, what I do is the moment that I'm going into the gym, I leave my my phone in the car as well. And when I'm in the gym, it's just me and the weights, or me and my thoughts, or me and maybe having a chat with someone in the gym. So it simply means my rest times are now either just me thinking about life, or thinking about the next set, or thinking about my career, or thinking about something else. You got what I mean? I'm not on my phone like to see like what's there again on my phone. Nope, nope. So this has really improved I would say my focus in the gym as well. I'm doing more sets. And now let me just connect this with the first one. Someone would say, so you don't have carbs, you don't have the carbs and everything, but you're still going to the gym. Where do you get the energy? Surprisingly, I would say I have even more energy with having 1 meal a day and going to the gym. I don't know how that happens. Maybe we should talk to someone else who gets to know more about these things. But yeah. So that's the second thing. So the first one was 1 meal a day. The second one was no phone when I'm working or when I'm at the gym. Now the third one is reading. So I like to read, but one thing that I noted was I did not have a set time for reading. I would just say, you know what, whenever I find time, I'll read. Now, this is what I've told myself this year to say. So I've said it on my phone to say whenever it's 21:45, like that's in the evening. I normally go to bed around 10. So I've said, or 10:30. So I've said the moment it's 21:45 or 9:45 in the evening, PM, I'm leaving everything. I'm leaving my laptop, my phone. I'm getting to start to read. So I've been reading one book now by Robin Sharma. I think I'll share the review later. And it has been phenomenal in terms of like this routine. I'm getting to read more pages now because I mean I have a set routine to say at this time I'm going to start to read. Now I'll be honest to say it's not perfect in terms of like every single day I'm doing it at the same time, but at least I know sometimes I can be late with some 5 minutes, sometimes maybe I can be early with some 5 minutes, so kind of like balances out. But this has been very good because I'm getting to read, and I'm thinking this year I'll read quite a lot if I continue doing what I'm doing at the moment. So yeah, that's another thing that I've been doing. And now let me talk about the fourth thing that I've been doing. I have been prioritizing my sleep. So I wouldn't say I wasn't prioritizing my sleep back then. I was. But nowadays, I've put in more priority. Let me put it that way. So I always make sure that I sleep 7 to 8 hours each night. I always make sure. I always make sure. Back then, I would do maybe 6.5, maybe 7. But nowadays, I'm trying to make the most of 7.5 hours each night, or 7 to 8. Now, if you connect all these things, I think they're just working out. They're just working out. Maybe because I'm getting enough rest, that's why I'm having more energy. Maybe that's why I'm having more focus. I don't know whether it's connected to the 1 meal a day. I mean, you can connect it, you can, but I'm just trying to share what I've been doing and what has been working in the last few um, days. So, of these four things, what will I continue? I mean, if it's working, if it has improved my productivity, why would I want to stop? As I said, of these 4 things, I think I'll continue these 3 things. So I'll continue leaving my phone in the car when I go to work and when I go to the gym. I'll continue to read. I'll continue to sleep, not to just sleep, but to prioritize sleep. But the 1 meal a day one, as I said, I will still do it once in a while. So this is what I've told myself. Every month, I'll give myself 5 days to do 1 meal a day. But for the rest of the other days, I'll be doing 2 meals a day, like lunch and dinner. So that's how I think I'll do this year. But we'll see how it goes. Maybe one day I'll wake up and then change, and then I'll do maybe the whole month just doing one meal. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But this is what has been happening to me in the month of January. I'm shooting this video on the 1st of February. And today is the last day of me having 1 meal. So I haven't had any meal. I'm shooting this video this is 3 p.m. I've not had any meal today. My first meal today will be around 7 or 7:30, and that will be me finishing this whole 1 meal a day. Then tomorrow I'll get back to having 2 meals and everything. But this is what I've been doing, and it has been really good. Let me say one thing that has been happening as well at work. You know, when I have lunch with carbs like rice or maybe sweet potatoes, because that's what I like in terms of like carbs. I don't have pasta. But yeah, so when I have rice or sweet potatoes, I would feel that slump in the afternoon, like like you want to sleep or dozing. I'd feel it. But nowadays, with no carbs, with 1 meal a day, as I said, it was straight. It was just it was flow, guys. I mean, I've just been having energy. I mean, as you can see now, I haven't had food, but I still have this energy to shoot this video and everything. I don't know, guys. Someone should explain this. But yeah, but anyway, I think there's some explanation behind it. But yeah, what have you guys been doing in the month of January or maybe this year that you'd like me to learn from you? I mean, you guys can learn a few things from this video, but I would also like to learn from you. What has been happening to you in the month of Jan? I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.